LOL, seriously is here, back for some more Rebuilding a Legacy. As you can see, we're not where we left off. We're not continuing the farm build today. We did practice for the farm build on Monday, and today, in preparation for starting the farm build, we need a base so that we can gather resources, specifically carbon. Now, I've already gone ahead and done a bit of carbon gathering. I had none on my freighter, nowhere at all, and in about an hour spent, that's how much carbon I get. But 70 to 90% of that hour was looking for this planet, and about 10 minutes worth to get all of that carbon. What you were looking for is a carbon grass planet, and yeah, it's night. I found this place, I landed somewhere, I turned on OBS, and it was morning, and I went back to the game, and it was all jittery, so I exited out of the game and OBS, and I came back into the game, and it was night. And so, you know what? We don't need to be here. This is a minor settlement. It was a B-class multi-tool cabinet that we don't really care about. This is not a purple star system. You might notice that this is a dissonant planet. It does not need to be a dissonant planet that you go to. We're going to show the glyph address, so you can just come straight here if you want for your own base purposes, but I definitely recommend building a very simple base on a planet like this. Any that you find that doesn't have an objectionable atmosphere that you can't stand being in. We've got an orange sky here, but we have a dissonant filter, so it makes it not so harsh. It's not a yellow sky, it's orange. It's already not that harsh. The dissonance of this planet, and it's a lush planet, you're looking for a lush planet that you're going to find these on. And you know what, let's just go to the top of this hill. Right about here. So yeah, not too shabby. I can handle this atmosphere. It's got an interesting color palette, and near us we get the green of the natural grasses. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to drop our base right down here. Here's what we need today for this base. Once you find, either come to this planet, or once you find one of these planets, here is everything you're going to need. A base computer. A claimed base. And the resources for a teleporter, 2 solar panels, and a battery. As long as you land somewhere where it isn't constantly twilight, that should be fine. So we want power first. We may as well start with power first. We're just going to put it right here behind the base computer. One there, one there. We're going to build a battery between them. We're going to hit wires so that battery is soaking up the power. Just in case where we landed, let's check. What time of day is it? Of course, it's 3 in the afternoon. It's almost 4 in the afternoon. These batteries are not going to get a full charge. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, these batteries will, these solar panels will fully charge this battery, and it will last throughout an entire day cycle without having to worry about proximity switches or anything like that for your teleporter. So for that, we're going to need metal plating, nanotubes, and sodium. Very, very cheap cost. I'm just going to put it facing this way. It doesn't really matter. And we'll pull from that battery to power this. Now, it's not going to stay up the whole time, but that's all we need. We do not need to upload our base. I'm probably going to build a structure around this and upload it, but it is very helpful to name your base. And I'm going to call it Carbon Grass Outpost, because you don't need much more than an outpost. I might want a landing pad. You know what? Let's do some base building. It's a building series. We're going to do a bit of base building here. Alright. So for the landing pad, you're going to need whichever one you're doing. They match the resources. Makes sense. We'll probably do this one. Looks nice. And we don't need to snap to anything. That's what I was going to say. One of the benefits of this planet is we get gravity storms here, which makes travel very, very easy. Alright, so first things first then, we're going to have to put a foundation down. We're going to start with a wall. Might go out one. Don't want to flatten too much of this terrain here. Oops. Big floor, please. There we go. And on top of that, we will put our landing pad. It's just going to be hovering in the air for now. I will move that later. Let's get using this carbon grass planet. So, the thing you're looking for when you land on any Lush planet, if you see no trees at all, you know, we're seeing crystals and stuff, we're seeing the plants that you harvest. Why can I not remember the name of them? Starbulb. But we're not seeing any trees. It's just plants. So if we look over there, we've got a bush. I've already scanned it. It's got a primary element. Some of these planets are better than others. This is not a perfect planet because it has no secondary element on either of the two plants that exist here. It's just carbon. But watch this. Mining beam. Now I am using an Atlantid Multi-tool, which has a bonus to mining. And I am putting supercharged slots in a T pattern here, all on my S-class mining beam upgrades with the optical drill in the middle. You do not need any multi-tool with these slots in any spot on here. It doesn't need to be a T-square. Put your 4, if you have an S-class, put your 4 modules like this on your supercharged slots wherever they are. You'll get very, very, very similar results to this. Let's shoot one of those plants over there. I can't see it now. Where'd it go? Right there. 208 carbon per plant. That took me half a second. So that was 400 from one plant. All you got to do is basically hold this down. We just made 1,300 carbon in like 3 seconds. If you run out of plants, that's what the gravity storm is for. Whee! Let's go for a trip over here. More plants. Just made another 1,300 carbon in that jetpack while in the air. Unfortunately, that does not have any bonus on stuff like oxygen you get from plants and stuff like that. Regular amounts there, but carbon in huge amounts. So let's head back up to our base and do a bit more building today. Oh, the settlers. Can never settle anything, those guys. Alright. I'm going to delete that. And what we're going to do is actually build the other kind.
Weather update.
Like that.
Storm clearing.
That's going to let me attach one of these rooms over here to the side and then down beneath it. Now I can't go too far with these things because they destroy the environment, and we're going to have to repair that. We're not on a settlement, so we can, no problem. Can delete that landing pad now. Want 1, 2, 3. And then we want another one of these rooms. It's going to break the ground. It's okay. We'll fix it. Put one up here. Delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. We'll leave that just for a second. We're going to put in one of these rooms. Snap that to there. Delete that room there. We're going to leave build mode. We're going to go to our terrain manipulator. And we're going to change to restore mode. Make our thing as big as we can make it. See that orange terrain there? That's what we're looking to repair. Just jet back around and hit it in a bunch of circles around here. If you can't fix it because your building's in the way, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy that part, snap one up, delete the one below. That's going to help get rid of some of that terrain. But if we go back into this mode here, are we still in restore? Yes, we're still in restore. You can see there's orange, so now we should be able to fix it all. Oh, there's some here by a teleporter too. Get it all fixed. All right. Now we're going to copy that again. We can pick a color. I don't need this to be rusty or anything. That's my saves colors. Let's see how it looks in fancy different ways. You know what? That's probably the best. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I like that there. With a little bit of highlight. Can we do... No, that's the wrong way around. Well, that does make it nice and gold, but I don't want the red. What about that one? That's pretty good. Alright, some gold in there. Delete that one, and we're going to snap another one there just so it touches the ground. We can get rid of you now, which should fix any ground we damaged there. As you can see, we have our wooden platform here. I don't need that anymore. Now what we can do is... you know what, I do sort of want some metal floors here, alloy floors. We're going to put one of these. This does not have to be lined up in any way, shape, or form. Well, we're going to do that. Now, I think, if I recall correctly, we need to actually go 4 wide here to fit one of these landing pads. So, what I might do is switch over to the small alloy panels. And do one on each side so it's nice and centered still. And it gives us a little bit of a walkway around the edge. Alright, let's see if we can, whoops, no, not do that. Of course it's nighttime while we're building anyway, because we moved. See if we can get our landing pad onto this, and looking good. Yeah, that looks great pretty much all the way around. So there we go. What we might do actually though is pick this up, move it closer to the edge over here on both sides. No, I do want it centered still. So we'll just put it close to the edge on this side. There we go. And that will let us pick up this. It's going to disconnect it from the power. That's okay. We're going to put it here. That's, yeah, actually straighter than I expected it to be from me placing it at a weird angle like that. And I don't want to have to move these because, you know what, it's going to delete everything if we disconnect it. So what I'm just going to do is this for now. I'll fix it later. You know what, no, I'm going to show you guys what I'll do, what I would do to get these things nice and hidden. It's nighttime, so actually we're going to back out of here. We're going to go torch, and then we're going to go into build camera. Give us some light to work with here. Alright, delete, delete, delete. That should get rid of the wires too. We're going to delete this one we placed, and we're going to work in here underneath. So, battery, solar panel, solar panel, and we're going to wire those up. And ideally, I would not have this just hanging out like that, but I don't know that we're going to be able to get into here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to copy this part, we're going to snap that to the bottom, we're going to delete that part, and we're going to work above it now. So now we're going to go to wiring mode, and we're going to pull a wire from, it doesn't matter what, any of them, they're all connected, should work. And we're going to pull that from there to the floor, try to go straight above it somewhere. Yeah, pretty good. Now we have a wire snap point in the floor, so we can copy this and snap it there. And we're gonna take our wire from there and not snap it directly to the teleporter, because that's gonna stick through the floor. We're gonna snap it to, you get nice and close, and then you won't snap to this thing. See? If we get really, really, really close, it doesn't snap. Place it on the floor, and then we'll back up. And then we'll snap it. Now, of course, it's not powered because it's nighttime and we disconnected our batteries, but those will absolutely charge up even inside there. And look at that, that's our only wire showing on the bottom there. And there'll be a nice blue wire after we get things powered up. So what I'm not gonna do is upload this base at night with those things unpowered, because that's how it'll be for people who visit with a unpowered base. And if you get here right when the base loads in, it'll have zero power in the battery, even if it's daytime. You have to wait for the batteries to get power it with solar, the teleporter, and every time you load here, it'll be unpowered. If you load here at night, you won't have power till morning. So I'm gonna wait until morning to upload this base, just so that there's stuff for people to use. What I can do in the meantime is move this somewhere more practical, maybe. Something like that should face the right way, I think. Yeah. Come out of the portal here, facing you here. Perfect. So we're gonna change the color. Oh no, we decided, yeah, that looks nice. White and gold. Perfect. Oh, you know what? While we're here in build, let's do that to the teleporter too. I don't know if that worked. Yes, it did. Perfect. All right. Well, that's it. Very, very simple base. Here is the glyph address. Waited the whole time for it. We're in the Ice and Sam galaxy. If you want to find your own carbon grass planet, I recommend it. It's very easy. Took me about 3 or 4 warps and checking all of the Lush planets there. That's all you need to do. Look for Lush planets. Yellow stars are your best bet. We're in a yellow star system right now. You don't need dissonant planets. You're just looking for any planet that has Lush, and it'll say Starbulb as one of the resources, and you want it to have no trees. Then you're looking for the plants that give hundreds of carbon per laser orb, and that's it. But if you want to come here, I already found one for you. Ice and Tam Galaxy. Use those glyph addresses to get here. You can even use this landing pad if you want. That'll be it for today, though. Till next time, everybody. Have a good time.